This is me.
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 Procrastination is tough to break, especially with all the fun that college has to offer, making it hard to focus on what truly matters. Although I've only known Riley for a short time, it's clear that he struggles with the same tendencies. Despite his dislike for doing what's necessary, he always manages to pull himself away from his friends to get things done, even if it means missing out on some of the fun.
In good times or bad, it's always been tempting to let things slide to make it easier on myself. Especially in college, ever since the beginning, which was 4 years ago, there have always been friends who have wanted to share my time, and I initially wasn't good at saying no. Whether it was a slurpy run to 7-Eleven or sitting and watching a movie, I always prioritized hanging out with my friends or doing things that made me happy. Even now, I'm lucky to say that I'm a part of a large and engaging friend group. But with that, there's always an event happening or a friend who wants to hang out. And me being someone who really enjoys sharing my time with my friends used to always give in so that I can enjoy what I love doing most, being social. But I was inadvertently building poor habits. I was putting off my chores, schoolwork, and professional development. But even more importantly, I was building habits that would hurt me later. In order to build healthy habits, I needed to have consistency. And with that consistency, I had to be able to make myself do the things I might have not necessarily wanted to do. From making dinner, to doing schoolwork, or even working a job. I was unknowingly teaching myself that my priorities were doing the things with my friends or things that I found fun, rather than putting my responsibilities in education first. If you think about it, college is the perfect time to be able to build good habits, as once you leave, you have much greater responsibilities than you have now, and building habits then will be much more difficult and straining. Taking the time to intentionally not negotiate with myself, no matter if I'm tired, anxious, or FOMO, was something I was not used to or ready for. I had to be able to force myself to do the hard things so that I could reap the rewards later. And it was painful having to miss out hanging out with my friends, and having to hear what I missed out on later. But from my experience, I learned there will always be another time to do the things I love with the people I enjoy. What I learned was to have balance, not to work all the time and not do the things that are enjoyable or give my life pleasure, but really to remember what's done now in college is to create the building blocks of my future. What I was doing then and now truly does matter whether I realize it or not. As a senior, I think it's fair to say I have made plenty of mistakes in my college tenure, and if I could do it all over again, I would think twice about a lot of my decisions I made in my free time. My dad would always tell me to learn to say no, no matter how hard it sounded when people asked me to do something with them. I had always thought that would never be the case, and I would always have the time to do the things I needed to get done. Yet, he was right. Even today, I have to make a deliberate effort to set aside time and force myself to do the things I generally wouldn't want to do. My dad also shared this wisdom with me before college and has motivated me to do the things that were necessary to this day. College is about putting your head down and putting in the work for 4 years so you can reap the rewards for the next 60. With this in mind, it has made it easier on myself to tell my friends no and to not negotiate with myself. This skill set has been vital to my success in college and is something I can take with me in all aspects of my life and is something I hope you can learn from as well.